Alright, hey y'all. So let's turn down this Dave Matthews Band. The winner for this week's giveaway, Waistrainer's giveaway, we gonna get snatched, is MariQ, subscriber MariQ. So I will be sure to hit you up, get your size, let's get you snatched. Alright, so the next coming weeks, just for my Togo crew, thank you guys for anybody who's like been on here so early, like I appreciate you. And Freddie J, like I have to hit you up too because I'm trying to get your email, get your mailing address so that I could just, you know, send you a little note. Like I really appreciate you, bro. So the other things that are going to be coming up, Father God, help me slow down. Other things that are going to be coming up in these giveaways are, I have notes so I stay on time, is this derma stamp. So if you've heard of the microneedling, derma rolling derma stamp, this guy has all the way up to 3 millimeters. So it's a really long needle, like all the lengths that you need in one. We have the gold derma roller here. This scrubber spatula, this like deep cleaning and also has that blue light in it. Okay, 3 settings, really, really amazing tool. And jade roller. It's still going, y'all. The thing is still buzzing. This is a rose quartz, but I'm gonna be giving away this one and a jade roller. So if you subscribe, you'll be automatically entered into the giveaway. I give something away every single week. Everybody's trying to get snatched, trying to have baddie skin. So, and it's a way for, you know, my brands and my work to get out there, give value, you know, help each other out, get stuff out there. So and show appreciation. Like I really do appreciate anybody who has checked me out. So this topic, this is kind of a checkup based on the title. I'm going to talk about the New York abortion thing, so let me get into it. The first thing I wanted to talk about is this week, like last week, I think I talked about how I've been really studying Grant Cardone. He's pushed me to the next level. So cold calling. I have 2 brands. The one that I kind of showed you now, the Temple Care Beauty, I've decided like, okay, if I want to scale and make as much money, like let's just talk about money plainly. If I want to make as much money as I want to in the shortest amount of time, yes, part of it is, you know, building a following and getting people to know you and adding value and everything like that. But also like wholesale is a really untapped, amazing avenue to pursue as well as events and everything too. So to use everything at your disposal. So the point is, I originally had set a goal just to Monday through Friday call 25 people each, and I talked about that in the last video, but it's like 10x. So my number needs to be closer to 250 to hit the number that I want to by the end of February. I have an amazing goal, like an amazing number, but I will talk about that when I hit it. I gotta have, look, I got Murder, She Wrote playing right now. Okay, so, and that's like nerve-wracking to me because, and it's like, why is that nerve-wracking to you? Because if I am diving into my own psychology, a fear of rejection and being a bother to people and a burden to people, but you know what, it's like, if people don't know you, like the #1 killer of people's dreams and entrepreneurs and business, people don't know you. So you gotta make that call. So for me, I practice my pitch. It's like 17 seconds max. So it triggers like, oh my gosh, you have something different. I introduce myself. I'm warm. I'm friendly. I'm cool. Okay, can I stop by? You know, don't even ask, am I bothering you? Like, do you have time to talk? Like, now you're just giving off that energy like, oh my gosh, like I suck and I'm bothering you and please don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me, you know? So I've been working on my cold call game and I have some wholesale things moving. Like, it's really, really exciting. So other thing, tonight I'm going to the Andrew Gillum. He's having a thing going on in Tampa, which is pretty cool. My husband got invited and then I got invited de facto, and it'll be dope. So I'm excited for that to happen. If you saw my video about the Diva Cups or anything like that, y'all, my moon time started again. Great. And you know what? Like, it's like I'm excited about when moon time starts. The new moon starts February 4th, so this coming Monday. It's Friday, so I'm a few days early. January is a long month, 31st. So but I'm getting close to pairing with the moon cycle, so that's pretty cool. Check out that video if you want to know more about manifestation, PRP, vampire facials, everything like that. So what else is going on? Okay, so I'm going to Miami on Monday, kind of life update stuff. I am super excited because Body by God, you guys, I had made a video about how I was kind of getting like, oh my gosh, if I keep paying these people to just have a chance to be able to get in front of people with my product, I want to start hosting events. Y'all, cotton picking, May 25th, we in there, Miami Gardens. A church agreed to allow us to host the first Body by God, hashtag no excuses fitness expo. So I'm working on like sponsorships and like big time, man. Like we're making like seriously Cardi B money moves and like brand moves, and this is how we like take over, like literally world domination. That's where I'm at. So I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I'm meeting with my event coordinator on Monday. I'm trying to talk with my publicist about how do we use every avenue in the community to get this out there and partner with other churches and stuff, like big time. This is a really big opportunity. I'm taking it so seriously. So I'm excited for that. Another thing is that we've been talking with Colombia. There's somebody there, a group there, a team there that is really about Body by God. And I don't know if you already know, but I'm Afro-Latina. I'm from Panama. And so the Cuerpo de Dios, the Latino, having a brand for Latino people, like, I don't want to say they're marginalized and sound like, oh my gosh, like so sad, but I don't see too many brands that really, really curtail market to Latinos and then take that next level fitness, and then take that next level like that is spiritually, you know, founded in some way. So there's a lot of opportunity there, and it's really cool just the synergy and like how the universe is lining up stuff. Honestly, ever since that cotton pick and that manifestation, my last moon time, stuff has just been like so accelerated. I pray that you check out that video. Y'all, Jill Scott, he loves me is on right now. It's just a great Friday. It's a great Friday. What else is going on? I'm going to start making a couple videos about how I do my skincare. I used to have cystic acne. My skin used to be super broke. Hold on, speaking of broke, my hair, y'all, like, I don't know, like, what is this? I don't know. I have no idea what it is. I don't. I'm having a hair meltdown on live. Like, what is this? Look at this. I'm literally relearning how to deal with my hair, because this is gonna have to work. Like, this right now is just gonna have to work. Because I used to be natural for 5 years, and before that it was like hair care, health, what? I was relaxed because I had, you know, kinky nappy hair as a child, so I didn't really know healthy hair practices. And now I'm learning how to have healthy hair practices with relaxed hair. I will talk about that in a different video, because honestly it was like, allow me to sound ignorant, but I was like, oh my gosh, my hair's straight like a white girl now, like I could do white girl things. Like, no, you cannot straighten your hair even every 2 weeks after your hair's undergone the trauma of relax. Like, my hair is like, what are you doing? Anyway, I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. Like, I'm literally relearning how to deal with my hair, and I've had to take a couple steps back and like lose a couple inches, and by a couple I mean like 3 or 4, but my hair is getting back to healthy. So what else is going on? I'm about to talk about the New York thing, but with the money and the brand expansion and everything, something that Cardone talks about throughout his videos, he talks about everything really, but if you are an entrepreneur or a business owner, self-starter, whatever, and you're still just you behind a computer, one, you need to get from behind the computer. I will speak for me and other millennials, I guess, but are afraid to make that cold call. Afraid of, like, we almost treat like human interaction like it's this awkward, like, I don't like humans, and I'm socially awkward, and I'm like so introvert. Like, I would consider myself a very introvert and introspective, I would say, individual. I'm a Virgo, September. Autumn babies are kind of that way. But is the freedom that I so desire for myself and my fellow, like, mankind and my husband, like, worth getting over that and protecting my ego and being afraid of rejection? Is it worth it? Yeah, it is. And part of my motivation, I have so many motivations, and I was listening to Cardone, there's a difference between motivation and obsession, and like people get like crunk off of like a seminar or somebody talking to them or reading a book, and then motivation is fleeting, you know, that like ballistic energy. But obsession, like you can be dragging yourself across the finish line or like one little marker in the marathon, but you're obsessed. Like you don't have to always be like, oh my gosh, I feel great, I'm so excited about this. Like you'll push through anyway. Like you're like, this is breathing for me. Like I get it done. So I thought that was a pretty cool distinction that he made. For me, a part of my motivation is my husband. So like he has a great job, but he still has to wake up, get ready for work, go 9 to 5, longer than that, answer to somebody and call another man his boss, you feel me? And as for a man, like yes, like it's great that you know, he's the breadwinner and everything like that, but I want to give him the ability to, like, for us to work together and him dictate his time. Like that's a freedom he's allowed me to have, and in the decisions that we've made with our life, but I want to give him the same. So he's a really big part of my motivation for going as hard as I am in this season. So let's go ahead and get into the New York thing. So I had filmed about not Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, by the way, if I recall correctly, was established or endorsed or really like pushed by Margaret Sanger, who was like a key player in the, or at least like a disciple in the Church of Satan. So very anti-human and also very anti-people of color, and that's why there's so many of them in lower income communities. Like it's just a massacre of our babies. So, but I had filmed about family planning. Is it for everybody? Other ways to go about your life that doesn't necessarily include that. So I had filmed that a week before I had learned about the New York legislation. And so here's what it is. My family, me and my husband, and I don't want to ever expose us too much, but I think it's really important because I don't think that this is shared enough. And I know that there's young women, there's my peers in the millennial group, there's younger women that may be watching this one day. Just because, and this is not super feminist and I hate men, anything like that. Check my videos so you can see where I'm coming from. But being a mom is not for everybody. Building a family, doing the American dream, which the mantra and like even that dialogue is honestly like, look at it, and it's a programming. It's one of the many programs that they've set in place. So obviously go through grade school, go to college, get a good job, meet someone, get married, have kids, work for 40 years, work till you die. Hopefully there's some Social Security. There won't be. They will not. It's done. That's a myth. And die. And that's part of the program. So like kind of mindlessly we're like, okay, we're gonna meet somebody and we're gonna have kids, you know, we're gonna have kids. And so me and my husband are not that way. We value our freedom and the ability to flex in and out and make moves, and value our freedom more than everything. And you could be like a very pro-parent, pro-motherhood person watching this, or fatherhood, and be like, oh my gosh, like it's not like it's the end of your life. Like your life changes when you have a child. And as they get older, like maybe some of those things, obviously you're not like changing their diaper every 3 seconds as they get older, but you're still a parent. Your life still has to flex and change to meet this new responsibility and this new precious thing that you've brought into your life. That's not necessarily something that he and I want for us during this lifetime. So you don't have to follow that program if you do not want to. And when, you know, our friends and family like kind of have pushed and been like, wait, so you don't want to have kids? Like, it's a very like, wait, what's going on? Like a glitch in the matrix whenever we have shared that with people. And then they'll automatically like kind of mindlessly want to convince you like, you're wrong, like parenthood is the greatest thing that's ever happened on God's green earth. And like, that may totally be true for you, but you have to take into account somebody's, you know, past experiences and how, and their worldview and their like future ambitions and stuff. And it's honestly a very responsible and sober and honest and authentic way to approach parenthood if that's not really for you. Just be honest with what is really for you. And so whenever I was first looking for options, and to be super straight up, when I was in college, and I kind of talk about it in my Thirst Bucket Chronicles, but I had been waiting till marriage and everything like that, but I met a gentleman. I was with him for 3 years, and we decided to move forward with that. So I went on birth control, and it was an awful, terrible experience for me. Like, it was the worst, and it was honestly like a universe sign, like, you shouldn't be doing this right now, bro, in the first place. And not like from a moral, like, I'll talk about that separately, but it was just like, this isn't what needs to be happening right now. So for me, like, I've had a migraine since I was 4. Father God has freed me of those. Lifestyle changes has freed me of that. But I had migraines during that time when I was in college, like, it was happening. When I got on the birth control, it was literally, I was giving myself blood clots in my brain, and like blind spots. Like, I don't think I'd ever experienced blind spots until the birth control. Like, blind spots, literally nauseous, like throwing up before games, laid out in the locker room, like debilitated. Nearly could not play. Like, Red Sea, Moses flow, like it was a nightmare. And then it was like, okay, just switch to the non-estrogen ones, and it was like, you know what, we don't need to be doing this in the first place. But I knew from that point, like, I'm not trying to have that in my body. And it really made me look at pharmaceuticals a different way, and like, why am I playing with my hormones this way? Like, anyway, so after that, so moving further into adulthood, I was looking for non-hormonal, I'm not trying to have kids, so there are permanent solutions to that. So I started to look for tubal ligation. There are a lot of different ways that you could permanently, like, different things that you could cut, snip, whatever, but just looked at the tubal ligation option. And so I'd say I was about 24, maybe. I think 24 was the first time I started looking into that, and their response was like, how insulting, okay? They were like, your brain is not fully developed enough. Like, this was a male doctor. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. It was a doctor. Okay, it was a male doctor. It just happened to be a male doctor, and he was like, your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25, so this decision really, you need to give some time to it. Yet they pushed the birth control, and they basically were like, you know what, for all the people who are not taking this seriously, bringing a child into this world, who are willing to have sex freely and carefree,